Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to DB Ice Rink in Hong Kong, China. And we bring you the 2026 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championships Division 3 Group B. The matchup tonight, we're bringing you Hong Kong, China playing host to the Philippines. And now let's welcome the game officials onto the ice from Thailand, Aumsin Unbodok. And the linespersons from Croatia, Tomislav Grozak, and from Chinese Taipei, Hong Chi-rin. A full house tonight, watching these two teams, Hong Kong, China, and the Philippines. And let's welcome the home team, Hong Kong, China. Listen to the crowd, the fanfare. It's going to be an exciting night here in Hong Kong, China. And coming into the rink now, Team Philippines, equally I wouldn't say equal. They outnumbered the home crowd here. This is going to be a very exciting game, exhilarating. I have never been in a live audience like so. I know I'm going to lose my voice. Good evening, my name is Scott Yang, alongside with Keith Fong, Venue and Operations Director for the tournament. We are here for Hong Kong, China versus the Philippines.
Hey, thanks for having me again, Scotty. This is awesome. This game was actually, I circled this in the calendar. I mean, not because of, standings or whatever, but in Hong Kong, we have a huge Filipino community, and obviously with the home crowd, and we know that tonight, and also Friday night, it's going to be loud, it's going to be an awesome crowd here. I'm sure the players on both teams are pumped, and looking forward to an awesome game.
Hong Kong, China, and the Philippines. Hong Kong, China, the goalie Rexton Choi, number 1. And for the Philippines, Francois Gaultier. And this game here carries significance for both teams. Philippines needs at least a point here to get a little distance between themselves and Mongolia. If they can beat Hong Kong, China, they can surely avoid it being in the basement of the division. And for Hong Kong, China, they are fighting for a medal, a podium finish. Theoretically, if they win tonight's game and tomorrow night's game against Uzbekistan, they could win promotion to the second, or no, they couldn't because they have only 9 points. Or they could. We'll see, but today we have these two teams on the board, Hong Kong, China versus the Philippines. Hong Kong, China, they finished last season in 3rd place, winning a bronze medal, and the Philippines, they finished the tournament in 5th place, and they played each other last year. 17-2 was the score. Hong Kong dominated the game, but this year, Hong Kong was without some key players, including Randy Mack. And for the Philippines, they have a very different squad this year, and the goalie was different. And we have faced off here 3 periods of 20 minutes each. A shockingly deafening crowd. Here comes Cremonese with a puck and a shot. Goalie made the save. Now Hong Kong, China gets out into the neutral zone. Takes a hit there. Onto the corner. Hong Kong, number 24, Watten Lakjovi. Listen to the crowd. Here comes the Filipinos. Number 11, Tristan Cremonese sends it aside. Hong Kong China gets it, sends it to the right side. Number 19, Curtis Chan goes behind the net, tries to centering it. And a goalie save by Francois Gauthier.
That's a start that Hong Kong needs. They're going to have to rush up that wing there and make some nice plays there. Justin Chang with a nice pass to Jovi. And Francois Gauthier there in position. No rebound. Great save.
Face-off win by Hong Kong China. Here's Brandon Choi, number 10. Choi moves it up on the right side. Choi took a hit, and now we have the Filipinos. Listen to the Filipino crowd. And there is going to be an offside. Now the team's cleared offside. Here's Manny Balones coming in 1-on-4. Tristan Cremonese, Filipinos scores first! 1-0 Philippines, and they lead 1-0.
Joel with a nice shot over the blocker. So a nice rush by Manny. Manny's one of the stars of that team there. And you see the Hong Kong defense was kind of lost their assignment. And Joel there makes it 1-0 for Philippines.
Surprising start. Philippines leading the game early, and I am very sure their fans are making a difference here. Here's Hong Kong China with a shot. This one off the crossbar. Hong Kong number 7, Ryan Lee with the shot. Ryan Lee still with the shot here, with the puck here. Along the boards, try to send it to the center. Goalie Francois Gauthier makes the save here.
That's a shift that Hong Kong needs, right? After giving up that goal, they come right back and the play just hits the crossbar, just inches away from tying that game up. These two teams are very similar with the speed, very physical as well. So Hong Kong's going to have their hands full. Same with the Philippines.
Here comes a shot, number 9, Ryan Chu, the second top scorer for Hong Kong China. Here's another shot, sharp angle, near side. Now here's the shot, here's a check into the boards. Lots of body work, play getting physical. Now the goalie hangs on to the puck for a face-up in their zone.
I mean, what an amazing crowd tonight. I mean, this, again, both cheering on for both teams here. I've never seen so many people here in this rink, and so loud too as well. You can hear in the background.
Here's a little shot right in front of the net. Here's a shot, goalie made the save. Ryan Chu with the rebound, backhands it to center. Michael Shump tips it back onto the corner. And Hong Kong China behind the net, fighting for the puck. Brian Tang behind the net, sends it the other way to the left side of the Hong Kong attacking zone. Now the Philippines come in for a chase. Aro Regencia, first to the puck, plays the body very nicely, get into position, sends it to the captain, number 25, Felice third. Hong Kong China with the puck. Brandon Choi gives chase. Interception, Philippines, gives it back to Polonis. Number 10, Brandon Choi feeds it to the left side. Intercepted by the Philippines. He sends it down. Polonis, onside call. Flister with the puck. Going into the side, into the corner. Cremonese, Tristan sends it. Goalie made the save. Rebound by Brandon Choi. Here is Wong Wai Sum sends it. L.R. Lenzero takes it and goes around his own net. 15:58 to go. Hong Kong with the interception. Brandon Choi, that's number 18 with a spin around shot. Ka Cheng made the shot.
So this is Philippines top line here with Manny, Steven, Tristan. So Hong Kong's got to watch out. And I see them try to match lines here with Ryan Wong. But anytime those three on for Philippines, Hong Kong's got to be aware.
It is standing room only in DB Ice Rink. A sellout crowd. Here's a turnover. Hong Kong, China on the left side. Coming in the speed. Stops, tries to go for an upper, and it is a goal! Hong Kong, China with a goal. 1-1 tie.
It looks like Jovi won. Great play. Justin Chang goes behind, slipped and fall, but Bob Ang with a smart play gets the puck, gets in front of Jovi, upstairs over Gautier's glove. As you see a replay, Justin falls, but you see, comes back in front, Jovi backhands, make sure he gets upstairs. We are tied 1-1.
Hong Kong with the puck in their own zone. Going the other way. Hong Kong on the right side, goes behind the net, comes back out looking for Wong Wai Sam. What a long shot, this one deflected. Kyle Cremonese on the right side sends it in. Picking up the puck, Kaka Cheng. Seabuck fires it down in. With a shot, Rexon with the save. And here's a little infraction there.
That's a big save there by Rexon. Isaac Chan then obviously trying to clear the net, and then Manny goes obviously into Rexon there, but I think the Hong Kong team is obviously complaining that, but however, Manny looked like he was pushed in, so there shouldn't be any penalty as we get ready here for the face-off.
Face-off in the Hong Kong zone. Brian Tang sends it to Brendan Choi, number 10. 1-1 tie we have here. Hong Kong, China breaking up from their own zone with a pass forward, tipped up by Tristan Cremonese. Hong Kong, China with the puck, Spence goes into the top of the slot, spins around to shoot. Puck goes out into the corner. Philippines with the puck. Good game from the Filipino squad today. Nice pass to Belones. Going in alone. Decided to make the shot. Belones still with the shot with the puck. Now Hong Kong, China. Brendan Choi tries to break out of his own. Belones, Manny. One times it blocked by Hong Kong. Brendan Choi to Michael Shum. Shum on the left side looking for options in center. Cross ice pass finds nobody but Filipinos. Number 7, Ryan Lee. Gives the puck to number 9, Ryan Chu. Chu to Isaac Chan. Back to Isaac Chan. Chan to Justin Cheng. Sends it down deep. Giving chase is bobbing in. Number 14 tries to center the puck to number 24, Jovi Watt. Watt chips it back to Isaac Chan. Chan also chips it down low, but players already out of position. Here's a shot, this one wide. Here comes the Filipinos on the right side. Aro Regencia unable to control puck, spins around, centers it, now finds a Hong Kong player, sends it back out into the neutral zone. Number 19, Kaka Cheng. Justin Cheng onto the side. Goes down low. The Filipinos with the puck. Hong Kong with the interception. Gave the puck back to the Filipinos. Kyle Cremonese goes back for a change, and Brendan Choi control play behind his own net. 12:33 to go in the opening period, and we already have a very, very exciting and heated game going on.
Well, Hong Kong's doing a great job in their forechecking. They're sending 2 guys in deep, forcing the Philippine team to try to make some mistakes. However, they're defending quite well too. They're getting the puck up. So Hong Kong's got to watch out just in case of any odd man rushes.
And as to all this, these two teams, one of the weaknesses was their inability to stay out of the box. These teams, if they want success, they need to be disciplined. They need to avoid those little chippy slashes and hooks and retaliations. Keep their cool and help the team gain as many advantages as they can. Here's the captain, Fulister, on to the right by to Tristan Cremonese, and that exactly is what I'm talking about. Wang Qing Yu with the unnecessary shove way after the whistle. And we've seen IIHF officials, they don't take these after whistle pushes and shoves very lightly.
Yeah, rightfully so. I mean, you know, however, just obviously take a look at the game where it's at, but anything that is obviously chippy and it's you know, it's going to be dangerous. We're definitely going to be calling it.
Top player for Hong Kong China, Brian Tang, 3 games played, 8 goals, 3 assists with 11 points. Ryan Chu, the second top scorer for the Hong Kong Chinese squad, 2 goals, 6 assists for 8 points. All in 3 games, and there are multiple players on the squad with 4 points. As for the Filipino squad, Steve Fulister, the captain, 4 goals and 1 assist, 5 points in 3 games, their top scorer. And a pleasant surprise in Tristan Cremonese, one of the Cremonese brothers, 5 assists, tying in scoring with the captain. Here is a shot, wraparound rebound. The goalie was able to keep it out. Scramble in front of the Filipino net.
Mad scramble in front of the net. Hong Kong just couldn't get that good shot until the very end, but when Francois Gauthier is out of the crease, shot was blocked. Once he gets back, he's able to smother that puck. Fortunately for the Philippine teams, that didn't go in.
As a goalie, I would say that's a lucky save by Francois Gauthier. And sometimes you just need some luck. Here's a huge shot by Bob Nguyen. I think he injured himself. He looks okay now, he's still remaining on the ice, joining the attack again, calling for the pass. Hong Kong China trying to keep the puck in the zone. Now they are in defense. Tristan Cremonese with the shot blocked. Here is Seabuck, sends it in. Philippines gain possession in mid-ice, sent it up front. Tristan Cremonese gave it up to Bob Nguyen with a shot goal. He made the save. Here's Kyle, the brother. Sent it around the rink onto the other side of the ice. Halfway mark into the first period. Both teams tied at 1 apiece. Hong Kong China ranked 3rd in standings right now, and the Filipinos in the 5th place. Hong Kong China playing for a medal, and the Filipinos playing to stay away from relegation. Although we do have rumors and unconfirmed news that the bottom team of the division won't get relegated because of a cancelled Division 4, but we haven't confirmed it from official sources yet. So it is still up to the Filipinos to play very well to try and gain points in this game. They will play Mongolia tomorrow, and that will be a very important game. And with a win tonight, Hong Kong China will finish the tournament with a medal, but only if they win this game. Here's the goalie making a save here.
Okay, there's one rule here that looks like the officials didn't pick up. The puck was shot down from behind the red line. Goalie covers it. Hong Kong actually should not be able to make that line change there.
face-off in Hong Kong Chinese zone with 9:28 to go. Invalid face-off. Now players probably have finally settled down after the initial shock of the atmosphere and the electrifying arena. Well, Rink.
Well, the Philippine team actually is the home team.
They do have the louder crowd, yes.
It sounds like a home game for them right now.
And as Keith has talked about during the beginning of the game, there's a huge presence of Filipinos here. Here's a Hong Kong on a 2-on-1, unable to make the pass. Filipinos get it back out. Hong Kong with the steal, Brian Tang. Brandon Choi calling for the puck. A huge crowd in front of him, gets it to the left side for Brian Tang with a one-timer. Missed a Brandon Choi. Picking up the puck, number 17, Curtis Chan. Brandon Choi to Brian Tang. Onside play determined by the linesperson and puck into the Filipino bench for a face-off in the Filipino side.
For those young defensemen out there, I'm not sure we're going to get a replay, but that's a great way to play the 2-on-1. As you can see, he took away the pass, make sure the pass didn't go through. It's a great defensive play there by Angelo, and then thrown away any chances that Hong Kong had on that play.
8:43 remaining in a period, 1-1 tie. Philippines trying to get the puck out from behind the net. The scramble in front of the net now. Filipinos come out with the puck, number 17, Jeff Javier. Javier with the puck, spins around, looks for Richincia with a shot. Scramble in front of that loose puck. Hong Kong China takes it, sends it to Jovi Wet up front. Jovi missed the puck from behind, trailing him, Justin Cheng. Cheng to 21 and Isaac Chan with a shot. Whistle down and face up in a Filipino zone.
I'm just looking at these two lines here. We talk about the youth movement on both sides. And you see with Jovi on the Hong Kong team, you got Errol on the other side here with Jeff. I mean, the future looks bright here for both teams.
Hong Kong China with the face-off win. Sends it, long shot, goalie made the glove save. Here is Tam with a shot. Yam Yao shot went wide. Wang Ching Yu sends it back down deep. Here comes the Filipinos on the right side. Tristan Cremonese with the shot. Hollister. Hong Kong China picks up the puck. Brandon Choi gives it away. Back to Brandon Choi. Choi moves in, unable to make the shot. Great defensive play by the Filipinos. And now we have 6 flying over, and we will have a delayed penalty in front of the net. And we have a goal. Hong Kong China.
Brendan Choi comes in, gets hooked. It was a delayed penalty. Scramble in front of the net. Yam Yao here picks up the loose ball. It holds off the post there, but because the Philippine team did not get control of the puck, there's no whistle. And Hong Kong now, with a very important goal here, take the lead.
.7:13 to go in the first period. 2-1 to score. Hong Kong China in the lead now. So great to have Keith Fong with us as the color commentator, doing a great job. And now the Filipinos coming in. Here is Kyle Cremonese, unable to get through. Now he does. Puck goes behind the Hong Kong Chinese net on the right side. Arrow Regencia sends it the other way. Number 19, Justin Cheng with control on the right side into the center ice. Picked up by Kyle Cremanisi, sends it and goes back for a change. A little slow to get back to the bench. Hong Kong China from the right side looking for players. Unable to control puck. Dolonis sends it back out into the neutral zone. Hong Kong China, number 10, Brendan Choi. Unbelievable talent in Brendan Choi. Sends it to Michael Shum on the left side. Michael Shum works the puck into the zone, and puck deflected into the Filipino bench with 6:03 to go in the first.
You know, the first couple of games here, you know, Brian Tang's line was obviously very dominant. I'm noticing the Bob Ang, Jovi Watt, Justin Cheng line was really picking up last game, and in this game, they've actually are very noticeable and doing a great job out here against the Philippine team.
Philippines try to send it out. Now they get it into the zone 3-on-3, sends it down deep. Hong Kong first to the puck with a great hit on the boards. Referee let it play. Play continues. Hong Kong China chips the puck into the attacking zone. Tristan Cremanisi, now part of the first attacking forward line alongside with Dolonis. Captain Felister sends it. Picking up the puck, number 21, Isaac Chan. Goes the other way, onto the left side. Dumps it in. Jovi Tinlock gives chase. Centering pass to number 14, Anchuk Long Bob. Unable to make the shot. Goalie right there in position. Justin Chang coming out with the puck with a shot there, that's in wide. Justin Chang still on with the puck. Spins around with a shot. Goalie made the save. Nice spin around move by LR. Sends it out with a stretch pass. Picked up by number 17, Curtis Chan. Puck goes up. Number 14, Bob Yan. Still with control. Bob Yan centering pass. Here comes Ryan Lee, number 7. Gets closer with a shot. This one wide. Number 6, Ryan Tang on the left side. Unable to get it. 2-on-1, 2-on-2. Tristan Cremanisi with the puck. But Javier goes back for a change. Here's a great shot. Blocked by number 19, Justin Cheng. Puck out into the neutral zone. 4:08 remaining in opening. Tristan Cremanisi, and that is offside.
As I mentioned, that line of Bob, Justin, Jovi, they have a lot of jump tonight. As you can see, they're all over the place down in the Philippine zone, giving them lots of trouble. Some good forechecking there, creating some plays. I mean, they've been rewarded already so far.
Exciting game, 2-1, so excited. Our clock keeper made an error on the scoreboard. We do apologize. Here is Balonis with a shot. That one just wide. Rebound picked up on the left side by Stephen Felister. Stephen Felister gets it out into the slot area. Unable to let off the shot. Tristan Cremanisi gives it back to Seabug. Back to Felister. Behind the net, taken down. Hong Kong China on the left side trying to get it out. They do, but they gave up possession back to the Filipinos. Here is a shot there. Both players with their arms up. Referee okay with the contact. And here comes the Filipinos. Great period by the Filipinos here. Regencia going in for the forecheck. Hong Kong China cannot get it out of their own zone. Number 24, Seabuk sends it back down behind the net. On the right-hand side, number 71, Kyle Cremanisi sends it the other way. Hong Kong, number 18, Kaka Cheng gets it out. Intercepted by Seabuk. Sends it onto the right side. Regencia with a shot saved by the goalie. 2:54 to go.
Well, we knew this was going to be a physical game. Both teams are hitting hard, but there've been really some good hits. Now, the key is Hong Kong is running 3 lines, and the Philippine team's only 2 lines. So right now, Philippine team's actually is keeping up, but later in the game, we're gonna have to see.
Bob Yan with the puck, sends it onto the right to Joby, where these two work pretty well in the local leagues. But here, we don't know yet. They haven't been scoring so far this game, but they're in the lead with 1 goal. Here comes Joby in the center, gets it across the blue line, moves in. Bob Yan on the right side, ready to pick up the rebound. Shot was deflected behind the net. Here comes Filipinos, the number 71, Kyle Cremonese, onside play to Belones with a shot, goalie with the save.
Rexton Chu looking very solid as he comes across, follows the play. Nice play here by Manny here. Rexton closes the leg, covers up, no rebound.
Face off in Hong Kong zone with 2:17 to go in the first period. Ham with the shot, also gloved down by the goalie. And now a little shove in front of the goalie. I believe that's Brendan Choi, and linesperson quickly getting him away from the action.
Good job there by Brendan Choi. Steven was right in the face of Rex, and Brendan just make sure that, hey, this is our zone here, get out of the way.
Hong Kong China with the face-off win. Curtis Chan sends it into the neutral zone. Now he gets it. It's an onside play. Malone is tangled up along the sideboards in front of the Filipino bench. Ham goes in for the puck. Nice move by the Filipinos, a little impeded by the Hong Kong player. Quick spin around, backs it off the boards. But the puck took a weird bounce, and Hong Kong China with the possession with a shot in front of the net, saved by the goalie, Francois Gauthier. Brandon Choi, and the play is offside.
This is what Hong Kong has been doing well so far in this period. Their forechecking is contagious, and that's why they've been able to get these chances here. Brian Tang with the great forecheck, but it's unfortunate the puck went outside for an offside.
A great save by Francois Gauthier. Here's Hong Kong China with another face-off win. Action behind the net, takes a hit. Hong Kong China dominating in terms of shots on goal, 20-7. But the Filipinos are hanging in there. The transitional game sends it out. All they need to do is to catch them out, catch them sleeping. Here's Filipinos with a shot there, glove played by Rexton Choi. Another shot. Because if you want speed, the Filipinos get you speed. They may not have the depth like the Hong Kong Chinese team does, but they are a pretty complete team here. Regencia with a shot blocked by Brennan Choi. Here's a sideway pass to Pulitzer. Back down deep. Belonis moving back and forth to Seabrook. Back to Belonis. Belonis with the puck. Down low to Regencia. Sharp angle shot saved by the goalie. Here comes Hong Kong China. Kaka Cheng, onside play, on to the right side, cutting in with a shot, goalie made the save.
Scotty, you mentioned the shots are more than 2-1, and it's because of the goaltending by Francois Gauthier that the score remains 2-1 here. As you can see here on the replay, Tseng comes in, Francois steady, in position, covers up, no rebound, and there's 5 seconds left here.
5 more seconds to go in the first period, and we are already losing our voices. And that would do it for the first period. 2-1 to score. An awesome game, an electrifying audience here. Final shot count after 1 period, 20-8 with Hong Kong, China in the lead, and the score is 2-1.
Hong Kong just needs to keep doing what they're doing right now, get lots of shot, forecheck, and their chance is going to come here. But the Philippines team is just running on 2 lines. They need some more gas. They need some extra scoring here, and let's see what they can do here coming up in the second period.
We'll take a break. When we're back, we'll bring you the second period between Hong Kong, China and the Philippines. We welcome everybody back to DB Ice Rink here in Hong Kong, China. This is the second period of this game between Hong Kong, China, and Philippines. With us, Keith Fong, longtime ice hockey legend here in Hong Kong. Any comments for the first period?
Yeah, I mean, Hong Kong is playing great here, obviously, with the shots 2-1. Philippines here are hanging on. They're still in this game here. It just takes that one shot to tie it up, and looking forward to another great period coming out.
And we're getting ready for the second period. 20 more seconds to go. Hong Kong, China, and Philippines. I think the key to this game remains the number of penalties not taken. That's a very important mission for both teams, to stay out of the box. These two teams can score in the power play. And for the Philippines, they're surprising. Their power play successful rate ranks third in the division at 28.57%. So don't give up the easy penalties. And here is a goal from the Philippines.
It's just like I said, it just takes that one shot, one opportunity here. Philippines catches Hong Kong napping here. A nice play. Rex Chu with no chance, and the score is tied.
Rex Chu tried his best. He stretched and stretched, unable to keep the puck out of the net this time around. Keith Fong said it very well. It caught the Hong Kong defense napping. And that's exactly what happened. And here the Filipino crowd going wild here in the arena. Francois Gauthier with the save there. On the left side with a shot. The captain sends it, centering pass. Hong Kong, China. Isaac Chan gets it out. Very good play by the Filipinos. Sends it to the blue line with a shot deflected. Rebound, this one wide. Just over a minute played in the second period, and it's all Philippines. I don't know what their coach did, but whatever it was, it's working very well. Hong Kong, China try to get it out, unable to clear it. Filipinos looking, sharp angle shot, safe, rebound by the captain, Pulister. Another shot, rebound by Hong Kong, China. Kaka Cheng moves it up to number 18. Spins around with a shot. From behind the net, Wong Wai Sum. We do apologize for the audio because the crowd is just amazingly loud here today.
Well, the Philippines team here is just taking over here. That second intermission has really energized them here.
There's Hong Kong, China with a shot here. This one wide. Rebounded by the Filipinos. A huge shot in front of Hong Kong bench. Here is number 6 from the Filipino side. It's John Glenn Legleva. Hong Kong, China with the puck onto the right side to Ryan Lee. Ryan Lee trying to get through the defense. Guan Tang crosses the blue line. Coming in with a shot there, and he scores! Hong Kong regains the lead.
Well, who else? Brian Tang, the leading offensive player here for Hong Kong, makes a nice move, cuts in front. As you can see here in replay, I think it slides it right through Gautier's leg here just crosses the line. Hong Kong needed that as they were on their heels as the Philippine teams are just been flying here to start the second period.
Face off at center ice. Here come the Filipinos again on the right side. Bollister sends it down deep. Regencia from behind and they're trying to feed it back to Bollister. Regencia feeds it back to the point. Hong Kong with a chance here. Got Justin Cheng on the left side. Tries to center it. Keeps it. Sends it. Goalie with the save. Rebounded by the Filipinos. Back out into the center ice. Hong Kong with the control. Jovi Watt to Bob Ngan. And now the entire Hong Kong line goes in for a change. Here's a lob shot saved by the goalie. Belonis centering pass just missed. From behind number 9 So Tiong sends it down low. Kyle Cremonese with the puck sends it out, unable to keep it in the zone. Hong Kong, Brendan Choi goes in 1-on-3, unable to make it through, but corrals the puck. Slips on his own. Now the Filipinos pick up the puck into the center ice. Wong Wai Sum sends it back down into the neutral zone. Hong Kong, China unable to keep it. Here is Tristan with a shot. Goalie made the save. Tristan down, trying to play the puck. And Hong Kong, China with the puck. High-paced game here in the second period. Kaka Cheng goes in. Centering pass. Picked up by Philippines. Players falling here and there. Hong Kong, China, trying to chip it back into the neutral zone. Now they do. Brian Tang gets the puck back to Ryan Chu. Fans on the shot. Ryan Chu still with the puck. Looking for options here. There's someone on the point, but sends it back down low. Back to Ryan Chu. On the right is number 17, Chan Ho Pong Curtis. Puck in the corner. Hong Kong, China picks it up. Filipino trying to chip it up back out into the neutral zone. Now they do. Giving chase, number 20, Carlos Angelo Tigaronita. 14-14 remaining. This game between Hong Kong, China and the Philippines. Heating up, 3-2 the score, 14:07 to go.
Yeah, stoppage and play here with a glove hand pass. A lot of times you see leagues here won't call that type of glove hand pass. It's actually just deflected off the glove, unless it was an advantage. But the linesman decided to call that, and that's why the face-off is in the Hong Kong zone.
Face-off in the Hong Kong zone. Hong Kong with possession. Behind the Filipino net, Hong Kong with the puck. Brian Lee with the shot. Gloved down by the goalie in Francois Gauthier.
Well, this line here is continue on as the first, what they did in the first period. There's a lot of jump with Bob, Justin, Jovi. So they've been able to keep this up, and we expect them to, again, just keep the pressure on and get some shots on net.
Face off in the Filipino zone. Shot right off the bat. And now Wang Wai Sam picks up the puck. Wang Qing Yu picks up the puck. Sends it to the right side. Tries to center it. Picked up by the Filipino number 9, Seo Tong. Brian Tang tried to cut in. He does. Taken down. The crowd shouts for a penalty. The referee did not. Now here comes Philippines with a 2-on-1 opportunity. Unable to center it. Now he does. Balone is picking up the puck. Driving it back behind the net. Swings it back to Tristan Cremonese. The deafening crowd here, almost pro-Filipino, pro-Philippines here in DB Ice Rink. Tristan Cremonese in the corner, pinned down by Brian Tang. Kyle Cremonese turns back. Hong Kong China with the steal. Einstein Ham with the directing traffic in front of the net, and the goalie continues to perform very well for the Filipinos.
Well, for the Philippines, they have a chance to win this game. Francois have to keep up what he's been doing so far. He's been there. He needs to make the saves that he's supposed to, and he has. And he's done a great job. And to give his team a chance here.
Face up in the Filipino zone. 12:34 to go in the second. 3-2 the score. Hong Kong hanging on by 1 goal. Here's Hong Kong in their own zone, and it's going to be icing against the Philippines. It's very interesting tonight. We are hosting the games here in Hong Kong, China, but we do have a very, very large crowd of Filipino fans showing up. And there's a huge population of Filipinos here in Hong Kong, China. You know, I don't know, almost all of them showing up at the same time in the rink here. Here's Hong Kong, China with this puck. Try to put it back down deep. Chasing after the puck and couldn't beat out icing.
That last icing, the face-off there, I did notice that, you know, what's a team that's called for icing? A team that the opposite didn't beat icing, didn't choose its side. So I see Bob there towards the left side and decided to take the face-off. Hong Kong won that ball and they had a chance. So now Brian's going to take this face-off and let's just see what they can do here.
Hong Kong with a shot blocked by Francois Gauthier. Hong Kong continue to keep possession with a nice shot here. Another pass save by the goalie here. Number 9, Ryan Chu, Brian Tang. Tang cuts across, onside play. Back to Wang. Wang with a shot, this one wide. Rebounded by Hong Kong China with another long shot. This one deflected. Tipped, but wide. Brian Tang down low to Wang with another shot. Blocked almost by Ham, their own defenseman. And Francois Gauthier still playing very well.
So I mentioned there, face-off is so important in the game. That face-off won by Brian. Brian Chu had a shot right afterwards, but just missed.
Here comes the Filipinos coming up into the neutral zone, into the attacking zone. Hong Kong China coming in hot into the left side. Ran into the boards. Regains possession, the Filipinos. And we will have a whistle.
So it looks like we're going to get our first penalty of the game here. Austin Thailand is explaining that looks like the player grabbed the puck, I believe, as they're explaining, because obviously you can't close your hand on the puck. But he also looks like he's making a delayed game call. Whatever it is, it's a delayed game call. I believe that the player actually grabbed the puck with his glove, and that is why there's a penalty. So Hong Kong would get the first power play of the game.
And indeed, it's a delay of the game penalty. Hong Kong's first power play. Ryan Chu with the shot. This one deflected out of bounds, out of play. Face off in the Filipino zone.
So usually in hockey, you can back the puck, you can smash it down, you can move it up, but you can't close your hand on it. So that's why the penalty is called.
Coming into the game, Hong Kong, China with a 43.75% power play conversion rate, ranking number 2 in standings. Here comes Brandon Choi going all the way in, trying to cut across all the players. Puck ended up behind the net. Brandon Choi calling forward the puck. Sends it to Ryan Chu on the right side. Nice pass, feed it to the right side. Missed the pass. Brandon Choi sends it, goalie with the save. Not letting out any rebounds.
Well, throughout the whole game, Francois has been doing what he's been supposed to do. He sees the puck, he grabs it, no rebound. What Hong Kong needs to do is maybe just park some in front and take away the eyes, we call it. So that maybe a screenshot might squeak by somehow.
I'm sure the audience can hear the screams and shouts very, very clearly. We tried very hard to control the audio, but the crowd here is just so great. Here's Hong Kong's number 14, Bob Ngan Chuk Long, the registered name as known, also known as Bob, for those who know. Here's number 7, Ryan Lee, on to the left. Coming in, number 11, Wong Wei Sum, from behind the net, looking for options here. Back to the point with Ryan Lee. Lee turns it to the left side with a long shot, blocked and screened. Goalie made a save. Francois Gauthier, I wonder how long he could keep this up. But with all those fans around, I'm sure that's going to make it so much easier on the legs when you have tired legs near the end of the tournament.
Well, it goes both sides. Hong Kong, Philippines. This is what we call home crowd for both teams. So both teams should be really pumped.
The thing is, the pressure to win is on Hong Kong, I think, because they are the higher ranked team here. Here's another goal. Hong Kong in lead with 2 goals.
So they finally got the play they wanted. They've been winning all these face-offs. Face-offs still important. They win it back. Nice pass over. Ryan Chu makes no mistake here as he gets the puck, roots it over the goal. No chance for him as well. Hong Kong is 1-1 on their power play. Now lead 4-2.
And Francois Gauthier knows immediately he was beaten right after that shot. So now it's 4-2. I was going to say Hong Kong trying to beat the Philippines 17-2 last year in this tournament. But keep in mind that Filipino team and this year's Filipino team is very different. A lot of different players. The goalie's different. I think the Cremonese brothers, a great add to the team. Here's a long shot by Wang. Rebound, another one.
You throw pucks on the net, you get rebounds. Wang to the shot, rebound comes over the Zhang. Johnny on the spot. You see that play there? He stopped the ball with his skate. Then he has the right line. Nice patience. Uses his stick afterwards. Now Hong Kong has a 5-2 lead.
Balonas tries a hit. And now the Philippines are in survival mode. A lot of pressure on the Filipino squad. And they are not reacting to the pressure very well. And Hong Kong seems to be getting more and more confident with their play. Another shot, this one wide. Another shot, that one goal. 3 quick goals. And now they're up by 4.
The floodgates have opened. Round 2 here with the second of the period. That's a great pass to the corner. One times it. Again, no chance for Francois. I'm just looking here on the bench here, for the Philippines, you're going to call a timeout. It looks like not. 3 quick goals by Hong Kong, 6-2. Now lead.
Right now, the entire rink, the momentum is all on the Hong Kong side. And I do agree it would be a good time to call a timeout, but Czechia coach Václav Drabek, certainly a very experienced coach. He knows his stuff, and that's why he's a head coach. We're not. But as a goalie, this would be a great time to call a time. At least let the team to reset and kind of break out the momentum for Hong Kong just a little bit here. But if the Filipino squad is breaking down really quick here now. It passed into the center ice, intercepted by Bob Nguyen. Nguyen. Oh, another goal!
Once again, this line from Bob, Justin, Kobe. Having another great game. Bob with a nice pass back, Kobe. I believe Justin deflects this. Let's over here on the replay. As the pass comes, yes, Justin does get a stick on it, redirects it through the lanes. And this line has been hot. And now it's 7-2.
The tide has shifted. And now it's all Hong Kong, China. 6-2 to score. The Filipinos aren't giving up yet. Sends it down. Manny Balonis giving chase. Number 9, So Tiong calling for the puck. Here is a shot saved by the goalie. And now the Filipino fans coming back alive again. Here's another shot. They score. What a game.
With the second of the period against the goal of play here. Puck behind the net, passes in front. And just gets it under the glove of Rexon Chu. Philippines needed that goal.
And now the Filipino fans are alive. Listen to the roar. I have never been in an arena. Oh, I'm sorry, I thought this is an arena. It's a shopping mall. I've never been in a shopping mall like so. This is incredible. This is, regardless of how this is going to turn out, this is good for the sport here in Hong Kong, and I think there's no doubt about that. And here's Seabug down low on their own zone. Here comes the Filipinos, gave it up away to number 17, Curtis Chan Ho Pung. Poked away by the Filipinos. Now Hong Kong, China sends it in for a change. Let's see if the Filipinos can catch them in a bad change. Kyle Cremonese sends it out. And don't forget, we are in the second period. Teams will have to be aware of the design and location of the benches. As long as you're on in an offside situation, you just can't send the puck in, because when you go to change, you're still in an offside position. We've seen so many teams get caught in that. Now Hong Kong, Isaac Chan with a shot, hits a shin pad, almost a breakaway chance. Sends it back the other way to Bob Yan in front. Rebounded, Bob Yan unable to make the shot. Here's the second rebound, that one went wide. Justin Cheng, another shot, this one blocked by Ham. Ham clears it around the net. Tristan Cremonese, and here is going to be a penalty against the Philippines. Delayed penalty. Out goes Rexton Choi, and the puck was deflected out of bounds.
So far, this line has been the best line for Hong Kong tonight. Goldie, again, while these guys are circling, making some nice moves. Justin Chang had that great chance in front of the net and just shot it wide. And then Goldie recovers it, and the Philippine team had to hook them, and now they're short-handed and Hong Kong's back on top.
4:13 to go in the second period. Now we have a 2-minute power play for Hong Kong, China. They have a 4-goal lead, looking to expand the lead to 5. Hong Kong, China cutting close, entering past their Bob Yan. Philippines sends it down. Javier giving chase all alone in front. 1 versus 4, unable to keep it in the zone. Now he goes for a change. In goes Javier, out comes Manny Balones. Seabug behind it, sends it around the boards. With a shot and they score a power play goal.
Well, the top line here for Hong Kong with Ryan makes a nice move, untouched, rips it, stick side, no chance, and Hong Kong is perfect on their power play, 2 for 2.
Down by 5 goals now. Certainly a deflating experience for the Filipino players. But the captain, Felicia, knows, and a goalie, Gauthier, knows, these players with a whole lot of experience in the team, they are going to guide their younger players back on track, not to lose focus. Still, we've seen the power play.
Well, keep in mind, Philippines started hot on this period. It was tied 2-2. They had all the momentum going on. So, but we always talked about, they only have 2 lines going at the moment. So the team's going to be coming against Hong Kong, which is running all 3 lines.
And there's also the X factor of the Filipino fans showing up. They certainly outnumbered or outshouted the Hong Kong Chinese fans. Here's another shot. Mask saved by Francois Gauthier. Here's another shot. This one deflected wide. The Filipinos coming back. Nice pass to Kyle Cremonese. Onside play, shoots it on the net. Sotiong Ham to Balones. And we have a whistle here. It's an offside play.
Yeah, because the benches are inside the zone here, so once a player is not on the ice or they're going off, they're going to call that as the offside.
2:34 to go in the second. 8-3 to score. Pulitzer facing up against number 24, Joby Watin Locke. Hong Kong with the face-off win. Bob Yan with the shot, with the puck, with the pass up front. Philippines get the puck out behind the net, but they have problems controlling the puck. Finally get it out into the neutral zone. Hong Kong with possession now, going in very quickly. Joby out of the shot. This one went wide. Wad with the rebound onto the left side. The Filipinos gets it, flips it to the left side of their own zone, and now starts moving forward with Seabug. Seabug crosses the blue line with a shot. This one went wide and high. Deflected out of bounds. A minute 54 remaining in the period. 8-3 the score.
Also notice Hong Kong is playing longer. Other players as well. I see Julian Chow on the ice here, getting some more ice time with the top line, Brian Tang and Ron Chu.
Face off in the Hong Kong zone. Chips it into the Filipino zone, and now they get possession of the puck. Coming out into the Hong Kong zone, and the Filipinos go for a change. Hong Kong with possession behind the Hong Kong net. Out into the neutral zone is Ryan Chu. Ryan Chu goes in, trapped in the corner. Nice flip there by Brian Tang, and now Tristan Cremonesi gets the puck, sends it out into the neutral zone, hits the linesperson. Seabuk with the puck, being pushed into the corner, now gets tangled up in the Filipino zone. 4 players poking at the puck. Now Hong Kong China gets it out. Ron Lee with a shot, goalie with the save, rebound, loose, and the Filipinos trying to get it out of the danger zone. Lancero LR tries to get it out. Hong Kong China keeps it in. Traffic in front of the net. And now the Filipinos has it. 50 seconds to go in the second period. Hong Kong China gets it back. Here is Brian Tang. Brian unable to make the connection. Sends it back out into the neutral zone. Hong Kong China still with the puck. Here's Yam, number 23, Yam Yao. Here is the Filipinos with a stretch pass. Unable to keep it in. To Lister, to Tristan with a backhand pass. 23 seconds to go in the second period. Cremonesi up front, shoots with a save. 14 more seconds to go in the second period. Tristan Cremonesi sends it back in. 5 more seconds to go. A hit. And that should do it for the second period. 8-3 to score. Hong Kong China with a 5-goal lead over the Philippines. And we have 1 more period of regulation play to go.
It's easy to say, hey, we got this game in the bag and we just take it easy, but no, despite even those 5-goal lead, Hong Kong still needs to play like what they've been doing, forechecking hard, winning those face-offs, and you got 20 minutes away and just secure that victory.
We'll take a short break. When we're back, we'll bring the third period. It's a wonderful game coming back in 18 minutes. And we welcome everyone back to Hong Kong, China, GB Rink. With us, Keith Fong, a longtime veteran for Hong Kong ice hockey.
I want to take this opportunity in case I forget or don't have an opportunity. I want to thank the DB Rink, all the staff, the Hong Kong Ice Hockey Association for obviously putting on a great show here, the IIHF, and our official photographer. Thank you for those awesome photos here, Mr. Paul Yoon. Certainly last but not least, Scotty, you've done a great job. I want to say that because obviously no one knows what the hard work you've been putting this together, all the monitors, everything. So thank you, Scotty, for an awesome job here.
It's going to be my pleasure. Everyone been doing a great job here, and without any one of us, this wouldn't have happened. And here is the third period going on. Hong Kong in center ice. Going in for black shirts crowding the slot area. Brendan Choi complaining about an on-call. 8-3 Hong Kong, China with the lead. 5-goal lead. And they're going for more. But we'll have to see what the Filipinos are coming back in the third period for. Here is number 19 going in. Justin Cheng. In front of the net. Hong Kong brings it back out. Wang Qingyu from behind the net gets it onto the right side, chips it in to the zone. The lines person says no icing. As it was tipped in, Hong Kong goes in for a change as the Filipinos come in on the right side, chips it into the Hong Kong Chinese zone. Minute and a half played in the third period. Still Hong Kong, China up by 5 goals. Very, very risky move here, and I don't know, if I were the coach, I would not have liked it. That's a sign of forgetting about your responsibilities. Tony Liu, the captain, sends it the other way. Five goals ahead. Isaac Chan on the right side. "17 minutes to go." Shot here. Hong Kong, China coming out. Brandon Choi with the puck here. Polonus gets it out. Giving chase is Javier. Hong Kong on the right side. Going in, taken down. No call by the referee. Chen Ho Pong, Curtis coming in behind the net. Justin Cheng sends it down the ice, taken down. A chippy third period to start. And looking at the number of shots, the Filipinos have an improved period. Here's a shot up down by the goalie.
Hong Kong doesn't need to go all out here and throw any big hits or anything like that. I mean, they just need to really kill that remaining time of 15:53. But we always say we got to keep that foot on that pedal, and that's what they've been doing so far.
And that's exactly the same thing we talked about in the game versus DPR Korea. You just need to keep the calm. Don't forget, you want to win the game, and that's the most important thing right now for Hong Kong, China. Great shot by the Philippines, saved by Rexton Choi. Baloney is coming in from the left side. Trying to get it to So Cheong. So Cheong goes back for the puck. Sends it the other way, intercepted by Hong Kong. Onto the corner, sends it to the center with a shot by number 18, Kaka Cheng. On the roster, Kaka Cheng listed at Cheng Pit Hing. Here's a wraparound, this one saved. Goalie Francois Gauthier lost his balance, quickly got up. And there's Michael Shum going in from the left side, cutting in, but a shot goes into the goalie, and the referee awarded a goal. Now, Francois Gauthier is down, and this call is certain gonna bring controversy into the game. Now the referees are going to take a look.
Well, as we look here on the replay, it looks like the Hong Kong player actually lost his step, and he falls in. I mean, he does get a little bit of a slash, crashes into Francois, the puck goes in.
That's a good call from what I could see.
I think that is the right call. I mean, the referees discussed with the linesmen here, and they're waving off this goal, and then I think that is the correct call here.
That's a correct call. Let's take a look at the replay again. The goalie had no chance. The player wasn't taken down, well, wasn't quite really taken down, and before the goalie had a chance to make the save, he took down Francois Gauthier.
Correct. I mean, if the player was hooked, that would have been a goal. Now, the face-off should be outside, but they're keeping the face-off inside here as they wait for Francois here to make sure his gear is set up properly.
Face-off win by Hong Kong, China, with a shot here tipped in front of the net. Hong Kong with a lot of momentum here, bodying in, brings it back out. Long shot through a lot of traffic. Goalie makes the save. Rebound right in front of the goalie. Scram in front of the net, and now we have a whistle and pushing and chopping and zoos.
You can hear the crowd in the background here. Obviously, a great stop here by Francois, and a little bit of a melee in the front as both teams are pushing. Hong Kong, if they're smart, just skate away. We don't need that stuff at the moment here, as you have a 5-goal lead.
The Filipino crowd certainly trying to turn the tide back into the Filipino side, and Hong Kong, China would really want to stay away from that. You have a 5-goal lead, and right now I think keeping the 5-goal lead is more important than adding to it. If you already have your insurance, here's a shot saved by Gauthier, rebounded by the Filipinos, and here's number 12, Helm, sends it out. Arrow, Regencia giving chase, and Keith, I kind of noticed the pace for the Filipinos a little slower than the second period we saw.
Well, as mentioned, they're really only running 2 lines. So fatigue is definitely going to be a factor here, which is showing. Captain Steven there is just doing his best to lead that team. He's making some great plays out there, making some great hits, but when you only have two lines, it's going to be hard to match up against this young Hong Kong team that's running on three lines.
That's going to be an icing call. Regencia almost able to beat out the icing, but it was called back to the Filipino zone.
But one thing I noticed, that you can see the Philippine teams, no quitting them, and they have that, I would say, home court advantage, but home ice advantage from the Filipinos in the back, cheering them on, which I still think going to give them a little motivation.
The fans are not giving up for sure. They have been doing a great job supporting the team, and this is something really, really special.
I just saw, during the intermission, I had a chat with a few of the fans out there. They're new to hockey. This is the first time they're watching this game, and they're like, wow, this energy at the Discovery Bay Ice Rink has been electric. And they wish they're going to have to see a little more games in the future.
Here comes Javier coming in. One-on-one shot goal. He made the save. Rebounded by Ryan Chu. Nice move there to escape the forecheck. Now the puck is tipped into the Filipino zone. Hong Kong goes chase for the puck. A hit there into the boards. Player got up and the Filipinos gets it. Backhands it to the wrong player. Hong Kong China gets it. Tries to make a move. Sandwich between the two blue shirts with a long shot. Saved by the goalie.
Well, Brian Tang, Ryan Chu, both with 2 goals in this game so far. And it was a nice play by, I believe it was Isaac Chang at the right point. Keeps the puck in and gets it to Ryan. Ryan falls down, but he gets the puck to Brian. Brian with the shot. And Francois with the save.
5-goal game here. Hong Kong China in the lead and in the driver's seat. With a win, they keep their silver medals hope alive. And if they could beat the juggernauts of the division, Uzbekistan, tomorrow night, we're talking about a promotion here. Hong Kong China goes in. Poke check by the goalie, and now Kyle Cremonesi to Bologna's shot deflected into the boards. Puck still in play. Hong Kong China with the puck behind their own net ran into the boards. Carrying out the puck from their own zone is Justin Cheng. Cheng goes in. 1 man against 2. Puck squished out. And with a play going back into the latter half of the third period, it's going to get physical. Number 18, Kaka Cheng goes in, tries to deke around the defender. Fullester Steven goes on to the right side, touched it. Unable to keep the puck in possession. Now Filipinos try to kick it back. Gave it away to Hong Kong China. 11:39 to go in the final regulation period. Hong Kong with a lead 8-3 over the Philippines. Number 23, Yam Yao, on to the right to number 18, Kaka Cheng. Sends it in. Brian Tang, rebound. Picked up by the Filipinos on over an open net. Wang Ching Yu sends it in. No icing called. The Filipinos picked it up. So Tiong and now Errol Lancero. Ryan Chu on the right, cutting in. Sharp angle shot. Rebounded by Hong Kong China from the back. Hong Kong fans asking for a penalty as the Filipino defender pushed from the back. Centering pass. Great save by Gauthier.
Michael Shum just shaking his head. Great pass by Ryan Chu. As the Hong Kong team whips it around, gets in the slot, Shum shoots it. Francois in the right spot, gets the left pad down to keep this still an 8-3 game.
Now again, we see some of the younger players on the Hong Kong Chinese squad getting frustrated about not being able to score over the goalie. And really, there's nothing to be frustrated about. You guys are leading by 5 goals. Unnecessary penalties is, again, the last thing you need. Here comes the Filipinos, 2-1-2. On to the right side, onside play. Kyle Cremonese centering pass. One-time slap shot. This one blocked. Filipinos with the shot. Ham with another shot blocked. Saved by the goalie.
We talk about goaltending. Rexon Chu equal to the task. As it was a bit of a screen, but he's in the right position, and once again, no rebound.
Under 10 minutes to go in the final regulation period. 8-3 to score. Hong Kong, China still leading the Philippines by 5 goals. Ham on to the left with a long shot tipped in front of the net by Regencia.
I was looking at the stats last period. Hong Kong really dominated in face-off, but here, especially in the defensive zone, they got to make sure they win these draws so we don't have to give the Philippines any chance here of scoring here.
Here's Felicer, wrap around, rebound, that one scores! 8-4. And they are not going away.
Once again, face-offs. Philippines take control. Steven with a wraparound attempt. And the Philippines cut the lead now to 4. So 8-4 to score at the moment.
.941 to go in the period. Philippines trying to mount a comeback. And we have a whistle here.
It looks like it's going to be a hand pass. Again, it deflected off one of the Filipino player. So the face-off here in the neutral zone. I mean, that goal, again, energizes the Philippines team here as you hear the crowd cheering them on.
Sends it up front. On the right side. Going behind the net. Centering pass. And now Kyle Cremonese with the puck. Sending it forward.
I see Hong Kong coach Mike Burrell put this line back together. Bob, Jovi, and Justin. But right now they've just iced the puck. And the face-off will be here in the Hong Kong zone. Again, that goal by the Philippines looks like they've energized that team. And now you see in the background the noise from the Filipino crowd giving them a last pusher with 8 minutes, 38 seconds left.
Coming in for a shot, and that's a goal. 9-4 the score. Hong Kong in the lead. Sends it in. In front of the net again. Another goal.
Ryan Chu with the hat trick. I'm sure if there's no netting around the rink, we'll see a few hats come down. But Ryan Tang centers the puck. Chu right in the slot area, buries it for his third of the night. 2 quick goals by Hong Kong to regain again the momentum.
Here comes Hong Kong again. Still 10-4, under 8 minutes to go. Face up in the Filipino zone. Another save by the goalie.
So Hong Kong back, scoring 2 quick goals. So the coaches obviously will give some ice time to some other players. So once again, we see Julian Chow here on the line with Jovi and Justin.
Hong Kong with an attack, saved by the goalie again, Francois Gauthier. Playing an awesome game so far.
Well, Francois Gauthier is doing his part, what he needs to do, what he has to do, and he's making those saves, but sometimes when your team is short with only 2 lines, I mean, it's going to be an uphill battle, especially against this young Hong Kong team.
7:32 to go in the period. Now the Filipinos trying to get it out of their own zone. Hong Kong with the upper hand again with 6 goals in hand. Still trying to score more goals. And we have a penalty. The trip and call.
In that corner there, it looks like LR trips up Julian Chow here. Hong Kong, I believe, is 2 for 3 on the power play. And now they have another one here, their 4th power play of the game.
Under 7 minutes to go, 10-4 to score. Brandon Choi leaves it for the trailing forward. Runs into the board. Players quick to get up. Brandon Choi again. On to the right. Centering pass. Back to Brandon Choi. Not a lot of player movement. This one's shot. One times it, blocked by a stick. Ryan Tang. Brandon Choi again. 6:08 to go. On to the right side, moving in. with another shot, this one wide. Puck goes back into the neutral zone, chipped back into the Hong Kong Chinese zone. A nice move there. Going all the way in, number 17, Chan Ho Pong. Goes back to Pong, back to Chan with a shot. Goalie made the save. The Nonis. Now the Filipinos really having a hard time getting the puck out, back into the Hong Kong zone with a long shot. This one went over the goalie's glove. 5:24 to go in the game. Over onto the right side, Yam Yao. Back to Curtis Chan, on to the left, down low. With a sharp angle shot, blocked by the goalie. Players going down. Fans from both teams asking for a penalty. The Filipinos tries to break out. The play was broken down by Chan Ho Pong Curtis. Michael Shum playing a body, protecting the puck. Cuts from the left to the right behind the net. Trying to shake off the defender. Long shot through traffic. This one missed the net. Puck bounced way out. And for the past 5 to 6, 7 minutes, it's all the Hong Kong China showing what they can do in this game. It's going to be an icing call against Hong Kong China.
Well, with 4 minutes left, Hong Kong also needs to make sure that they're careful in terms of those big hits by the Philippine team, right? You don't want to get hurt. You got a big game coming up Sunday, and play smart out there, and which is what they've been doing. So I expect that here with the 4 minutes remaining.
Here's Hong Kong with a 2-on-1. Now at 3-on-2. Choose to shoot directly on his own, blocked by the goalie. Justin Cheng from behind the net, trying to get the puck back out. 3:45 to go, 6-goal game. With little doubt, this game is going to be pocketed by the Hong Kong Chinese side. And all they need to do is end the game, go home, get some rest, and prepare for Sunday night's game against Uzbekistan. Here's a shot, a hit into the boards. Shot rebounded by Hong Kong China, another save by Gauthier. Very fine play by Francois Gauthier today. And they will have a tough game against Mongolia Sunday. That game will decide who gets to be on the bottom on the standings and possibly be relegated to Division 4. Now these are things we can't control. Whether the division gets cancelled, teams, whether they get relegated or not, but according to what we know from before, the rules, the bottom team gets relegated. This year, with everything that goes on around the world, which we'd rather not get into, we've had cancellations across multiple divisions. I'm sure the IIHF will have the best options after considering everything involved. The Hong Kong side calls a penalty. The referees did not. Here's another shot, and now we have players going after each other, and they're still talking. And that's exactly what I said. Now Brian Tang still talking over, and that's exactly what I'm talking. They need to end the game peacefully. And these are unnecessary.
So sometimes I understand when the referees, it's a 10-4 game, they don't want to call it, but we talk about game management. Because he didn't call the first hold, now you're going to have teams coming back, taking hits, and this is what happens. Obviously with the Philippines retaliating here, as you take a look at the replay, Brian with the hit on the reverse angle. Now Kyle comes in and retaliates. Now there's a cross check right there. So let's just see. I'm not sure if the referee saw that one, but let's just see what he's called here. My guess is going to be coincidentals. But let's just see with 2:13 left. Hopefully no more shenanigans to finish off this game.
2:08 to go. Here is Brandon Choi. And I mean, it's my very personal opinion. The decision, winning or losing this game, has already been decided. It's just a matter of finishing the game and let the clock run out. And there are things you must do, the things you don't have to do, things you should do, the things you shouldn't do. And it's important for some of the younger players to learn that. Both sides.
I'm totally for sticking up for your teammates. Any hits, you gotta come back. You don't get pushed around. But keep in mind, these two teams are not gonna play against each other anymore in this tournament. So if Hong Kong, they just skate away, just make sure there's no injuries. There's no point. You don't want to get any suspensions here. Finish off the game here with 1:17 left.
Here's Hong Kong with another chance, coming in with a shot. Goalie made a save, rebounded by the Philippines. Coming in, shoots it down, grabbed by the goalie. 46 seconds to go. 10 for the score.
I don't think anyone's left the arena yet on both sides. Everywhere it's filled. No one's left the building. Despite the score, I think this has been such an amazing crowd here, Scotty. And you can still probably hear them here in the background.
.38 seconds to go. Win or lose, I do think the goalie for Philippines, Francois Gauthier, not just because he's my friend. I think he's been heroic given his his age, being able to last the entire game. I think it's absolutely not easy. But the thing is, with him being on ice, he's really telling his players, hey, if I can do it, if I can stay up until the very end, you guys could do it too, because he stopped 54 saves and faced 64 shots from Hong Kong. And I think that's alone makes him the best player for the Philippines. 10 more seconds to go. And just run the clock out. And smile at the victory. And a final score, 10-4 for Hong Kong, China.
A complete game by the Hong Kong team. Goaltending solid, defense was great. They won their face-off. Their top line, Brian Tang with, I believe, 6 points, 2 goals, 4 assists. Ryan Chu with a hat trick, but I also mentioned the other line. Bob, Justin, Jovi, they had a heck of a game, and that's what you need. It's a whole team effort. Congrats Hong Kong on a big win, and now they got to rest. Can't wait for Sunday's final game.
The updated standings on these 6 teams. With a win, Hong Kong remains in 3rd place, but they are tied with DPR Korea with 9 points, 3 wins, 1 losses. Hong Kong ranks number 3 because they lost to DPR Korea and they lost a tiebreaker in that. Sunday, Luxembourg plays DPR Korea, and that game will have huge implications. But with this win here, Hong Kong should finish no lower than 3rd place. But there's a big but. If Luxembourg wins Sunday, they might be out. It has to go down to the tiebreaker, in which we're not going to get into right now. But with the lost Philippines in 5th place, and deciding who gets to be the 6th place team will be the game on Sunday. And the best player for the Philippines, number 71, Kyle Primanisi. Him and Tristan, 2 brothers, great addition to the team. And with them in the squad, there is great future for ice hockey in the Philippines. Best player for Hong Kong, China. Number 19, Justin Cheng Chung Pan.
Well deserved. I mentioned he played a great game last game with some great defensive blocks. This game got lined again with Bob Ang, Jovi Watt. He was one of the main drivers there, of course, and well deserved.
Congratulations to both players, and congratulations to Hong Kong, China for the win. And now they get to rest until Sunday. Congratulations to Hong Kong, China with a win. Sunday marks the final day of the tournament. 3 very important games, Mongolia versus the Philippines. That game will decide who gets the 6th and dreaded spot in the standings. Luxembourg and DPR Korea plays the 2nd game. That game will have huge implications on the 2nd and 3rd place, or the silver and bronze medal. And Hong Kong, China, and Uzbekistan, well, if they win that game, hey, you never know, they might get promoted.
Well, Hong Kong obviously is going to have a tough battle against Uzbekistan, who's very strong. But for fans out there that in the Hong Kong area, please come by, watch these games, look at the atmosphere. And for those that are watching abroad, we can't wait to have you back on stream and after a rest day tomorrow.
It's been an electric night. Very, very, very great game for both teams and players. The fans still, I don't know, it's a very, very loud crowd, and I just hope we have more of these. Great gesture from the Filipino players saluting their fans, and I'm sure the Hong Kong Chinese players are going to do the same. But these fans are so great.
they're all still here. No one has left. You can hear it in the background here. And thank you, all the fans here, both from the Filipino side, the Hong Kong side. You guys are amazing.
And we apologize for all the audio issues because the crowd was so loud. I've tried my best to adjust, but that's all it is. We'll have a great night. We'll sleep tonight, hopefully. We'll rest up our voices tomorrow. And we'll be back on Sunday for more IIHF World Championship Hockey. Thank you, Keith, for being here, and good night, everybody.